Border security, something that Donald Trump thinks can be strengthened by just building a wall, which has been proven ineffective as posting a keep out sign outside your house. But why are we talking about border security now? Because of this poor guy. And the attack had to happen on our shores, in KRA too.
By this woman at the airport, and as you can see, a second woman there is lunging from behind. She has a cloth.
Now, I'm not saying that the lack of security in our airport is to blame for why his killers chose to do it here. I mean, it's not every day the playboy half-brother of some foreign dictator travelling on a fake passport gets sprayed in the face with some chemical substance and then drops dead right here in Malaysia. Realistically, how would security be able to detect a small bottle of chemical spray in such a huge sea of people? It's a spray bottle. It could contain anything from facial toner to deodorant, and scanning everything isn't the answer either. You can't scan the mind of a potential murderer or terrorist. This is not Total Recall after all.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
And yes, I mean the good one with Arnie, not the awful remake with Colin Farrell. That aside, security, or more specifically, border security, has always been a prickly issue with us, and this recent international incident has not helped to calm our fears over security. I mean, King Jong Nam came in on a fake passport, and South Korean news agency Yonhap says, most likely, so did the mastermind behind his murder. It's not just fake travel documents though. Our critics have always said that Malaysia's borders are porous. Human trafficking, the kidnappings in Sipadan, the hundreds of thousands of Filipinos living in Sabah, contraband cigarette smuggling, Thai separatist insurgents using Malaysia as a base to launch their attacks. All of this is thanks, in part, to inefficient border control. And critics say those in power aren't doing enough to address this. Back in 2015, authorities discovered over 100 skeletons, all believed to be victims of human trafficking, in mass graves along the Thai border. It was explosive, labelled by some as a regional human trafficking crisis. Yet, according to non-profit human rights organisation 45 Rights, Malaysia had failed to carry out an effective investigation into human trafficking networks operating within the country. Another major issue is the presence of corrupt officials. According to a 2009 report by the US Senate Foreign Relations Committee, it had been receiving reports about the brokering of Myanmaris and other migrants in Malaysia, with the knowledge, if not participation, by some Malaysian government officials. This echoes a 2008 report by NTV7, which claimed that Immigration Department officers were selling Myanmar refugees at 300 ringgit per person over the Thai-Malaysia border. The Immigration Department set up a special committee to investigate the claims, but to what end? Remember the immigration officers' 1 million ringgit passport fraud in Selangor last year? Officers with links to human trafficking groups had been deliberately disabling passport controls at airports for years. In fact, 15 of them were fired for that. Now, corruption and inefficiencies are tough to crack, so maybe we can start with the fake passports. Sounds easy enough, but even that will prove an uphill battle. The Huffington Post in a 2014 report say that even specially trained immigration officers were no better than the rest of us at spotting a fake ID, and that in the UK, the error rate was 15%. But the report suggests that maybe the key lies in redesigning the format of the passports to include multiple photos taken from different angles, as well as enlisting the help of technology in the facial recognition process. Regardless, the first thing is for those holding the reins to acknowledge that we have a problem, and that constant due diligence needs to be a way of life rather than a knee-jerk committee. Or maybe we should just take Trump's advice and build a damn wall along all our borders.
I would build a great wall. I would build a great wall.
After all, Malaysia and Thailand are already considering this. Just saying.